Hi YouTube, how are you doing? I'm doing okay. I've got a couple uncomfortable things to talk about. Somebody thinks they know my medical history, and it is a doctor, not a practicing physician, but first off, that joke about Timmy is not a joke. Um, when I was little, I had a friend named Timmy. Um, I was 4.5 and he was 4 and we were playing doctor. Have both been abused children. So I don't see the Timmy thing as a joke. And it's not like I went into sexual relations with little Timmy. Okay? The true damage to me was done in a marriage. I was 17 and I was sexually, anally raped. And I got a gun and I chased him out of the house. And things got worse from there. But yeah, so this all isn't just a joke. And when I talk about anal relations with people and the damages it can cause in our lives and the DNA and the germs and everything that people have no clue um, why. Well, having sexual relations in a missionary position can be dangerous if you give control over to a monster that's on top of you. You know, I've had some really bad things happen to me, and I don't see them as a joke. And for everybody else's laughter and to be mocked, how about we put your life on examination? Have you ever been raped? I have, more than once. It's not pleasant. It's not a fucking joke for people to feel better about themselves at somebody else's expense. And furthermore, you have no clue. You can't even scratch the surface of the medical issues I have because of other people. You don't even touch it. You'd have to have a week conversation, not a week one, but a week long conversation to even have a concept of the biomechanics of the things that have happened to me that I've lived through and pulled myself out of with no support whatsoever from anybody, not even the medical community. And that's why I know more about it than most people alive today, because I had to take care of myself. Then I get out here and I tell other people about it. I've got even my video that I have on my channel talking about the gays and the gay community and trying to inform them on the things that go on with the human bodies and how dangerous it is, even the influence on other people. I'm just ignored anyway, but you're not going to ignore this. I don't get abused for free and then have somebody make a fucking joke out of it, just for the record. So why don't we examine you? I wouldn't feel righteous about myself unless I actually was. But then you could say that too, right? Your integrity ducks all in a row. Mine are. People that have been abused in different ways do react from the trauma, whether or not they're able to pull themselves out of it. That's up to them, and they may not even have a desire to pick themselves up. after they've been injured or whatever. It's like so many people are like, oh, poor me. I'm just a victim and I'm going to be a victim for the rest of my life. And, yeah, whatever. At least I'm not making jokes on the victims. I mean, I'll attack people that say they're victims and actually never have been, you know, people that pretend that, oh, geez, somebody wants to kill you because you boff babies. Oh, poor you. You're a victim. Yeah, we care about you. So that's I just wanted to make that very clear. You do not know my entire medical history or even the integrity of wanting to be a bride even before I could cook a supper for a husband. I had aspirations when I was little that I lost, that I can never regain. I didn't have a choice. I had things taken away from me when I was a baby, like herniated umbilical cord that never was there when I was brand new, but 2 weeks later just magically appeared. I mean, some really horrific things that happened, so it's not a joke. I don't take it lightly, thank you. Ah, so anyway, Doug got me a t-shirt. I'll wear it tomorrow. Most of my t-shirts are really big. This was not gigantic, but it'll be perfect. It's got he thought it would be good for me. It's Tasmanian Devil. Yeah. That'll be a good t-shirt for my frame of mind. I mean, I'm not going to act devilish to people. Oh, not for no reason. you know, if you need it, I'll bring it. You want to treat me like I'm some kind of a freak, like I don't have a heart and a soul that loves everybody? Well, you're going to deal with the beast you're creating. That's your problem, not mine. So that's retribution, and it'll be sweet. So keep on pretending like I'm some kind of dirty freak that you can step on. That's okay. I'm used to having nobody I can call my friend. That's fine. I don't need a whole crowd of people to justify me, to validate my ticket. I made my own ticket, and I'm worthy of that. And how would I look down on another human being? Well, if you're down there, I won't have a choice but to look down. I didn't rate myself. So when things are brought out in children, and furthermore, little kids should be watched, especially if they're not, well, even the same sex, you need to watch your children. And there again, there's times when I wasn't able to. I had that taken out of my hand, forced out of my hands. And the pain I've suffered because of these things can go fuck yourself with your laughter. Maybe you have people you can trust. Isn't that good for you? Like I say, I don't need a whole crowd of people to feel good about myself. My happiness that I have daily comes from me, not from anybody else. If somebody else can rise to that level with your own honesty, hey, good for you. I'll see you there. There's nothing, and once again, for people, if you think you can use anything against me, you're out of your minds. I don't do and say anything in my life without a pure reason behind it. Well, everybody has a reason, right? Yeah. Not scientifically. No, you don't. You don't know what you're doing out here. You have no clue. So keep demeaning in areas that you have no idea what you're talking about, and those are your mistakes. Whenever you think that you need to step on me, you better realize that that was not in my control, and some other force was there in place of me, if that makes sense to anybody. Because there's times in my life, say, like, people will take, like, my amount of energy and apply it. So people would think, well, that's her signature, you know, when it wasn't. It was forged. It was forged intentionally to see how I would be treated. And there you go. Here's your only warning. I know I'm loved, but I'm not coddled. And I've never been coddled. If you know the meaning of the word, look it up. Most children are. It was never the case. And I would venture to say the person you're laughing at, or the person that's laughing at me, I don't know if you've ever been malnutrition or beat on or slandered or stole from, cheated on, lied to, lied about. I could go on and on. Maybe you have. Maybe you're somebody like that. But if you can still be happy after all that and try and help other people out of their sorrows, then you're a warrior like me and you deserve to be respected. Most people are just comfortable the way they are, and it doesn't matter if they ever help another soul on this planet, they could care less. And some people help people that shouldn't be helped. I've seen that far too often. Like, oh, the one who can get the most sympathy, what if you cry harder or you act weaker, you're gonna garner more support because you're a weak ass little motherfucker that runs over everybody else with your tears. Yeah, okay, so anyway, I'm gonna take a hit of smoke here. Anybody want to puff with me? Cheers, right? I gotta clean out the end of my pipe. Just a minute. I'm here with you for you people that have been through these things like I have, and it's called literally being through the ringer. I had that happen. I was 4, and I was left alone to put clothes through a ringer washing machine. And keep in mind, my arm was like about that big around, and it went through that thing, and it was sitting there going clunk, clunk, clunk. Both those rollers just beating my arm up when I was a little one. But yeah, you don't leave kids alone, but that's not my life. That's probably yours. Well, I mean, you can't protect kids about from everything, but I don't think your parents went out of their way to set up certain situations that would actually take your life. But you lived through it and then they were scared. you know, all the times I lived when they didn't want me to. And yeah, they had insurance on both of their adopted children. Yeah, why not? When you're rich, that's what you do. You buy slaves, you use them, and then you try and get rid of them. So, and even like with Doug, there's times like people have tried to use him against me, you know. Like, here's a for instance. I was walking my dog one time, and this guy that I knew from the family I was visiting was staying in a van by their house, and he kept talking to me. I did not talk to him first, and I said, I'm walking up this way with my dog. Do you want to walk along? By the time I got home from this vacation I was on, there had been a phone call made to Doug telling me that I was inviting this younger person to go for a walk with me, insinuating that I had designs on this little bitch and his bitch friend that made the phone call. That didn't work. I had something really dirty like that happen too with Doug's mom. This boy, we were and anyway, and the end of that one right there is you'll never take my self-respect away by trying to paint me with your brush. How you think, how you act is not me. Doug knows even when I was dating him, I was not looking for, I was not begging for, I do not bow, I do not um expect or want or nothing from another human being ever. So you don't even know what you're doing when you make these stupid phone calls. So this is what Doug's mom did trying to get in between us, even our friendship. This was the dirtiest fucking thing. His dad had died, and after that I had driven a few hundred miles. I got up in the middle of the night to go take his mom to the bank and make sure all her paperwork was in order. And now keep in mind, this is a Czechoslovakian witch crap, Jewish heritage from the Czech Republic. Okay, his dad was German and his mother was Czech. So, anyway, check this out. I get her home. I had washed her car. I had did a lot of things. Made sure she was set up there. She lived in a small town, could get around by herself real well, and even had a boyfriend while she was still married that would drive her around in his fancy car. So this wasn't your simple little old lady. She is probably about my age at the time. She's pretty sharp. So I get home, I think everything's fine. In the meantime, okay, she had left this paperwork on the dash of the car, and I washed the car because I'd driven my little truck down to her house, and we took her car into town, filled it up. I filled it up with gas, got her home. We did all her shopping and stuff. She left this paperwork on the dash, and I thought, that's really weird because I watched her grab her purse and a couple other things, helped her carry things in. I washed the car and I was waiting to see if she was going to come up back out and get this paperwork. And she didn't. And I brought it into her. I said, You forgot this. And she had like a cedar chest at the foot of her bed in her room. I watched her put this paperwork in her cedar chest where all these special things were. And I drove back home. I didn't get there till way after dark. Keep in mind, I had already been awake for 24 hours or whatever. I get home and Doug's upset as Mom said that you took that bank paperwork in for the house and whatever and brought it here, that you had brought it home and didn't give it to her. I'm like, okay, okay, this was so fucked up. I said, you better call her right now. And I can call her any names ever. Sometimes when I think about things, I do. But um, never. I was never disrespectful or anything in any respect. And never. And so I said, you better call her and get this straightened out right now. I handed them to her and watched her put them in that hope chest. And I said, you better make sure you get the truth out of her, because this woman had lied about one of my kids. And Doug almost was gonna like almost beat my kid up on the word of what his mother had said. Had said that my oldest son was saying bad things about Doug. And I was right there. He never said what she said he had said. So, I mean, this is the type of snaky, fucking lying shit I've been around always. I mean, this is just two things that happened. I could give you so many examples of the way people have tried to interfere in my life with their shady, sneaky shit. Like they're trying to throw shade on me, trying to demean me for things I've never even done or never would even think about doing. Yeah, how fucked up is that? Excuse me, but it's pretty screwed up. So that's why I'm talking about it. Yeah, I have remorse for stupid things I have done. I do not have shame for things I did not know, you know. Once that hits, once you know for sure, then you know. Until then, you don't, right? If that's an innocent, honest statement, then go for it. If it's not, yeah, whatever. So nobody's ever going to guilt trip me. Don't try it again. And if you were right in front of my face, you would be sorry. I don't care who you think you are. And it's not free. You don't do sneaky, shady things to people and think that it's not going to come back on you, because it will. It's like another person tried to say, well, they write my life story. Is that right? There's times I've handed people the pen, but I still had the paper, you know? This is for my little hijab wearing friend, or whatever you want to call it. Looking like a sheik, with the, yeah, cute, nice outfit. Puts it over his face when he's token, so people, oh, here it is. Here, let me do this. Right. Here it is. Okay. Let me see if I can get this about right. Okay. Okay. Now, you don't see me smoking, right? That's the funniest shit. Then he'd be hiding behind there, hiding behind his cheeky thing, and how funny is that? Yeah, I'm making fun of you. You're lucky I'm not saying your name, and yeah, I know it. I remember you. Jeez, that's fucking hilarious. Even your own family that you're trying to hide from can see you, you know? It's just like when I started going against what they would want me to do. It was obvious. Even if it was only a little bit, they know it. What do you think you're doing back there? What you doing under your robe, under your blankie, you know? Why you got that blankie covering you, you know? Like people don't know you're doing something behind there? For real. It's just like when they go up to the Wailing Wall and they're gyrating. What do we think that is? I mean, in every single human being in the world, it always means the same thing. But let's just transfer our energy onto an entity and think that we can use that power for ourselves in an immoral manner. That's pretty unjust to the creator. That's disgusting. Let me just let fuck the creator. Who cares? You know? Man. Whew. That's some shit. I mean, walking up, kissing the wall or patting it, I can understand, but whew, man, people got to learn to control themselves. Hey, do like the Hebrews, and Hebrew means, by the way, uh, trafficker in Greek. It's a Greek word. It means to be a trafficker. So, yeah, but let's do it in true Hebrew fashion. If you don't like your religion, just change it like they do, or like the Catholics. We don't like that same sex can't get married. Just change it, you know? Don't like it? Change it. Yeah, right. So, cheers. It's good stuff. It's not like some people have to get theirs and rely on excuse me. Oh, that's good stuff. Yeah, on the government. Nah, mine's old school. You know, I got some high zoot stuff. I even have like them electronic pens, like it's called that cake flavor. Oh, those things give me a headache. There's got to be something wrong with them. I've never smoked a whole one. I just can't. I've offered it to people, and a lot of people are too smart. They're like, yeah, no thanks. You know? So, yeah, you smoke too much of them, something's gonna go haywire in there. I'm certain of it. I would never put my health in the hands of my government or anybody else's. No, that wouldn't be smart. I just wanted to make it very clear that, yeah, you can keep laughing about the Timmy joke. We were little babies in a swimming pool, you know, touching each other. Oh, yeah. And then one time in his house, 4 and 4.5. So, so yeah, sexual abuse in children, and then when they go to act it out, and then some things are natural anyway, but that's just not, and it's not natural for the parents to just let something go, or maybe they filmed it. Who knows? Who know? When I was a kid, They had all kinds of film reels of me and my brother and whatever, like movie making equipment. We had our own projector, and I was so skilled at running the projector that I learned how to um, prepare tapes and different things, and you know, repair them and everything. Um, I even had my own set of cartoons, Popeye and Felix, and yeah. But anyway, the reason I'm telling you this is because these people exploited children. I was sold twice. I'm not going to sit back and let somebody make a joke out of what I've suffered. I'll fucking smack you. It's not funny. And you better take that dead depiction of me the fuck out of there. I'm no more dead than any other human being on this planet. Boo, motherfuckers. I'm sick of it. We never die. We're immortal. Don't you feel that inside yourself? Are y'all so weak and stupid that you don't know how you were created? You're either going to do this over and over and over again until you learn to be a decent human being, or you're not going to pass go. What's pass go? That's being able to live with somebody like me, not wanting to, being able to live without the anger of somebody like me. And you don't want people angry because it puts things in the ether. And if it's something I can't control because you brought that out of me, that's on you. It's the way it works. So, and I'm not afraid to talk about anything. Not one fucking thing. Can you say the same thing? And you can say, well, she's shameless. Oh, you better believe I am. I'm not shameless because I've never done stupid things. I'm shameless because I'm a growing woman with integrity, love, and all the innocence that cannot be beaten on this planet. You cannot conquer me, so fucking stop trying with your fear tactics, your guilt tripping, what you think you know, all of it. I don't give anything away from free. Now the takers will pay. So, whatever. You can think, oh, nothing's going to happen. Well, this is going to be my year. You just sit and watch. And things will only get more powerful from here. And the more opposition I get, the more names are on that list that y'all can just take a big flying through a rolling donut. And that's what your life's going to feel like from here on out. If you can do something about that for yourself, best wishes. If not, stand or fall. Make your steak tonight. So, anyway, that's a good song, by the way. So, I do love you all, but how you act and what you think and how you're controlled, when are you ever going to be yourself and stand up for yourself? You ever going to do that? Cowards. Total cowards. Even liars. Liars are cowards. Can't tell the truth because you're afraid of it. You can't defend the truth. Anyway, and people that think they're better, and I heard somebody else say that too. I totally agree. I used to think, oh yeah, we're all created equal. In the start, yeah, we are. How we develop after that, there's no equality there. I've witnessed it. So, okay, y'all. Thank you for joining me. Peace and love from Pine City, Minnesota, USA. Have a good night or day wherever you're at.